Everyone take our seats. Take this first few minutes here to kind of settle in, slow down, become aware of the breath. Remembering that for Yin Yoga, we want to always move with our breath. But one of the major concepts of Yin Yoga is when you're going into a pose, take your time, get into the pose, and you'll usually notice after about 30 seconds or so, your body may want to release into it. Or it may say, no, you're pushing too hard. Just remember and listen to your body on when you come into a pose. And I think you'll enjoy it a little bit more. You want to make sure you have plenty of props, blocks, blankets, straps, different size bolsters, just everything you think you're going to need for the poses. I will attempt to illustrate all the poses before we go into them. But if you're familiar with Yin Yoga, please move into it at your pace. So first off, we're going to just take this time and become aware of the breath. Settle down. Maybe set an intention for the practice, something like fun or patience or understanding. Taking nice deep inhales through the nose all the way down to the stomach, a brief pause, and then exhale. Three more deep breaths. On the next exhale, let's release the deep breath, returning to a normal breath. I will cue you for each of the poses with a little tap of the bowl so you know when we're going to be exiting that pose. We're going to start first with some neck rolls. So we're going to gently take our left ear to left shoulder. Then go ahead and start tucking the chin, bring the head to center, chin down, then rolling it to the right, taking right ear to right shoulder, and bring the head back to center. Let's take the head and look up, and then go ahead and exhale and turn the chin down, and bring the chin level again. Now let's take the right ear, the right shoulder, then start tucking the head down till you come to center where the chin is fully tucked, and then rotate to the left, bringing left ear to left shoulder, bring the head back to center, and then tilting the head up, and then tucking the chin down. Bring the chin back to level. And placing a hand on each of the knees, hopefully you're sitting in a comfortable position. We're going to try the Sufi grind. So we're going to go ahead and lean forward like you're doing cow. Then move to the right. And then the back like cat. Then over to the left. Then back to where we started again in cow. But this time, let's go over to the left. Then to the back for a cat. And to the right. And back to cow in the center. Go ahead and soften, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, both arms up to the sky. Exhale, press down. Again, inhale up. And exhale down. Last one. Inhale up and exhale down. Let's go ahead and do practice our breathing. So before we meditate, we're going to try some breath practice, and we're going to do it alternate nose breath. For alternate nose breath, you want your thumb and middle finger, and just pinch the top of the nose where you can close off one side or the other. And we're going to go ahead and close off the right side. Inhale through the left. Close the left and exhale on the right. Inhale on the right. Close the right. Exhale on the left. Inhale on the left. Close the left. Exhale on the right. And so on and so forth. Continue at your own breath, taking your time here. And you can use either hand, it doesn't matter, or you can switch halfway through. We do this for roughly 2 minutes. And I might also suggest that you try this if you're having a hard time sleeping, maybe at night, right before you go to bed. Try a breathing practice like this, and you'll be amazed at how well it helps you settle in and get comfortable to go to sleep. On the next exhale, let's release the deep breath, returning to a normal breath. Now let's set up for our meditation. So you want to get comfortable here, a little bit more comfortable than you were if you need to. Maybe sit on a nice cushy cushion, maybe sit in a chair, but try to do it sitting rather than lying down. So sitting tall, roll the shoulders up and back. Clear your mind. And now let's rub our hands together, a little palming here, getting the palms nice and warm. And then to help you settle in, just place the hands on your eyes, and that nice, warm, soothing touch will help you calm your nerves, get into that place that feels right just for you. Again, try it a couple times. On the next exhale, let's go ahead and release the hands from palming. Close your eyes or soft focus and turn inwards. Remembering, as things come through your mind, go ahead and acknowledge them, but let them pass. Keep the mind clear. Nice deep breaths. breath, returning to a normal breath. And when you're ready, come on down to your back, knees bent, feet flat, drawing the knees together in what we call constructive rest. So trying to release the back from sitting up. That meditation was 5 minutes, so you get some idea how long. Our goal is 20. And this is just a brief respite before we start our regular practice. On the next exhale, let's release that. Our first pose is actually going to be the supported bridge pose. So either a medium-sized bolster, something like this, or a block. I like to use the block on the edge like so, but it's yogi's choice, whatever allows you. So knees bent, feet flat. Let's go ahead and elevate the hips up. Place that block or prop underneath your hips, not your back. Now take the arms to the sky, interlace the hands, hold them out like you would in palm, and then place them behind your head. So we get a nice chest opening and a supported bridge pose. Usually feels pretty nice. Remembering to keep your mind clear. On the next exhale, let's release this. Let's go ahead and release our hands from behind our head. Bring our hands down by our side. Inhale the hips up. Remove the prop. Go ahead and extend the legs long. We're now going to do the cat pulling tail. And there's several ways to do this pose, but the easiest one I've found for most people is to roll. Let's start by rolling to the right side a little bit, then bending the left leg, drawing it up close to you, and then trying to roll back onto your back. That seems to be the best way to do this. So if you need support, you can place a towel or a blanket underneath your back. But try to flatten out the best you can, but don't sacrifice the knees coming together. You want to keep the knees together and down. If that's not possible, roll over to the right a little bit. The right hand can be anywhere you'd like. I usually keep it down by my side. What you're feeling now is on your quad, your knee. So again, go to that happy place. Keep the mind clear. On the next exhale, let's go ahead and release that side. Roll over to the right a little bit so you can release that left foot out to the mat. Take a breath here. And go ahead and roll a little bit to the left. Let's go ahead and bend that right leg. Reach down. Grab that right foot. Bring that heel up close to the hip if you can. Bring the knees together. Let's try the other side. Remember, we're not trying to generate heat here. So if you start to get cold, be sure to put on some socks or a sweatshirt. And and you want to stay supported. So if this is not supporting you and you need some help, stuff a blanket or something in there so you can lie on the back with the blanket. But it should be a quad stretch and knee stretch that we're doing here. We're doing roughly 3 minutes per side. On the next exhale, let's go ahead and release that side. Bring that right knee out. Wow. You can feel that in the hip also. Take a few moments here. And now for a transition, let's go ahead and come into happy baby. To draw the knees in, reach up between the knees to your feet or ankles, and just kind of roll around a little bit. Usually feels pretty good after that cat pulling tail. As I said, it's just a transition. We're not going to be here long. On your next exhale, let's go ahead and release the feet back down to the mat. And we'll set up for our next one, which is going to be the supported bound angle. So lots of equipment for this particular one. You'll need a couple blocks. You'll need a large bolster to put parallel with the mat in your spine. You want your spine supported with that. So it's about 6 inches away from your back. Go ahead and bound the feet, bring the feet together. Take the blocks to support your knees that are floating up there. Then lie back. Remember, we want that back bend. And then use one more prop to support your head. I don't want the heads to come back. In other words, you should not be looking out behind you. Your head should be level. You should be looking about like this. So let's bring a bolster to hold that head so the chin isn't too high. Arms can be by your side. I usually leave them by my side, palms down, Support your elbows. Don't let the elbows float. If you find they're floating, then again, put some props underneath there so they don't float. Scooch around if you need to get just in that right position. Fully supported. On the next exhale, let's go ahead and release that. Go ahead and remove props from your head. You come up to your elbows and remove the props from your back, your legs. And then when you're ready, slowly come on to your hands and knees for child pose. Now this is going to be a modified child. I want you to be fully supported. Now, the way I do this, I get the nice big bolster because that feels really nice. Come down to my elbows, maybe turn my head to one side, press my hips back. So we're in a nice, comfortable position. So make sure this is fully supported. It's a counter pose to the bound angle that we were doing and should feel pretty good. We're not here for a really long time, approximately 2 minutes. On the next exhale, let's go ahead and release the child pose. Come up to your hands and knees, and then work your way to a seated position. We're going to be doing cow face. Now, you may want to do one side at a time. I'm going to demonstrate doing the combination where you work both sides at one time. So on your hands and knees, let's take the right knee behind the left. Draw the feet away from your body, and then go ahead and sit back on the mat, or like I'm doing, I'm using a block. Now, if this doesn't work, it's too tight, it's just too hard, then I want you to bring the bottom leg, the leg that's on the bottom, and bring it out in front. So listen to your body, see what works best for you. whichever leg is on top, that is the side that you're pulling out. So be careful on this, especially if you've had hip surgery. And then take your hands and you can bring them to heart center and sit there. Or you can take the hands to the sides and fold forward, if that works best for you. Or just sit up tall with your hands in the lap. So you pick your poison on that. Whichever version that works for you, we want you to stay there. So don't work back and forth. It will work against you. But pick which way you want to do it. And then just get comfortable there. Soften into the pose. Breathe into the space. Let's go ahead and release that side. Press ourselves back to our hands and knees. Unravel the knees. Then go ahead and take the left knee behind the right. Separate the feet, try to draw them out to the sides. And then press yourself back to your mat or to the block, whatever allows you. But if you find this is too binding, bring that lower knee, that in other words, that left leg out in front of you. Again, remember the options. You can sit here comfortably, to sitting tall. You can come into a modified fold. You'll notice when you fold, you're going to really feel that in the hips. So pick which way you want to do it, and then try to hold that pose. ahead and release this side, coming back to the hands and knees. We're just unraveling the top leg. And then let's come around to our hands and knees once again. We're going to be setting up for Sphinx pose. So from the hands and knees, let's take the right foot back, then the left foot back, coming into a high plank. Bring the knees down. Slowly lower the hips down. Slide the elbows underneath your shoulders. Reach back with both feet, trying to get some length through the spine. On the next inhale, drawing through the palms and the forearms, draw that chest forward and up. And hold that. On the next exhale, let's go ahead and release that. Slowly come down, bring your hands together, elbows out, and just take a few breaths here, face down. Maybe roll the hips a little bit to release. Two more breaths. On the next inhale, let's press ourselves onto our side, and then roll over onto your back. We're going to try some twist. So drawing that right knee in, bend that right knee. Reach up with that left hand. Take it across to the left. Now go ahead and bring both arms to shoulder height and extend that top leg now. Instead of bending it, go ahead and extend it. Now, if you find that that leg is floating, go ahead and put a prop out there so it's not floating. You still want that stretch, but you don't want it to just hang there. So make sure it's supported. You want to keep your shoulders grounded. This is what I call a tough twist. Both arms are out at shoulder height. Right leg is extended out. And if you want more of a challenge, just draw that foot forward. On the next exhale, let's soften. Let's go ahead and bend that right leg and bring the right knee back to center. Extend that right leg long. Now go ahead and bend the left side. Reach up with the right hand, draw that right knee across to the right. Take both arms to shoulder height, extend that top leg out, nice and long. Again, remember to support it if it's floating. This is supposed to be a twist, so you're on your right hip. The shoulders are grounded. Let's go ahead and release that side. Draw that left leg in, bend the knee, and bring the knee back to center. And extend that left leg long. Let's move on to our final pose. It's knee to chest, so let's go ahead and draw that right knee into the chest. Keeping it nice and close. On the next exhale, let's go ahead and release the right side. And let's go ahead and draw the left side into the chest. How good? Let's go ahead and release that side. We're now going to set up for Shavasana. Now remember, for Shavasana, we want to keep it dark, so be sure to cover your eyes. Make sure you stay warm, so you want to have socks, possibly a sweatshirt. And then just work at trying to make yourself as comfortable as possible. I have found experience and elevating the knees slightly, maybe with the mid bolster, your feet will go out naturally to their sides. And then elevate the head just a smidgen, about a blanket height. And then use the eye pillow to cover your eyes and relax, turning inwards. Just letting your mind go. It's similar to meditation, but you go into a little bit deeper state, I believe. You still want to be aware, but you want your body to relax. It wants to feel this muscle memory and a deep sense of relaxation, and we give you this extra time to do that. Let's release the deep breath, returning to a normal breath. Let's start becoming aware, wiggling our toes, our fingers, bringing ourselves back into the moment. And when you're ready, bending your knees and rolling to one side. Taking your time here. Two more breaths. On the next exhale, release the breath and press yourself up to a seated position, bringing hands to heart center for one more breath. Inhale up and exhale down, a gentle bow. Namaste. Thank you everyone for coming.